Hi guys.
Hi, sweetie.
For
How you doing?
the first part of the pandemic,
Good.
none of us were really sure how long it was going to last. And having that, uncertainty was scary. And also not knowing where my next paycheck was going to come because I lost my waitressing job. I lost my dancing work. And that impacted me, not just financially, but mentally. Just having that anxiety. And I struggled with depression in the past, and I felt that it was very possible to get stuck in that again. In the past, finding myself in a sort of downward spiral, I found it really difficult to pull myself out of that. I would kind of hide it, and usually someone close to me or some kind of event would kind of force me to get out of it in a way. Although the issue wasn't resolved, it would just come back at some other point. This year, I definitely had moments where everything did feel very overwhelming, and I just wanted to tune it all out and do my normal, shut the world out, don't want to think about it all, just feeling very overwhelmed. I just wanted to completely numb out and, just not doing much of anything. But I was still able to find my way out of that easier than I had before. I think a big part of that was that everyone else was experiencing that as well, and that it was being talked about more, and I felt a little less ashamed. People were just feeling more comfortable about talking about these issues and sharing information of like what triggers your depression and anxiety, and finding more about my past and trauma, and being able to recognize why I have put myself in certain unhealthy patterns before, and being able to have that time to focus on those things as well as actively work on them was the transformative part. Is that I maybe never gave myself that time and space, but because I was more forced into that, I had to deal with it. What's new for me through learning what I've learned this last year about mental health and my personal mental health has been really more self-acceptance and love, and finding ways how I can express that, which is, through self-care and just, having compassion for myself. And yeah, I think that's the biggest part of it. Another impactful moment during the pandemic was looking outward at what was going on in the world. My personal experience with social justice has been years in the making, but it definitely was such a powerful year for me this year to deepen my knowledge and understanding of institutionalized racism, and what even my part has been in that in the past. And as a mixed race white passing woman, I know that I've had such privilege to be able to not know these things personally, or had a personal experience with racism as deeply as many others, and recognizing that and being humbled by, I haven't done enough in the past, and passionately wanting to step up and be more of an ally. My relationship with dance before the pandemic was part-time, professional, doing jobs that were in restaurants and weddings, and it was all very fun and joyful. But it was a job, and it can be a little depleting. And I know that I was getting to a point where I might need a break, but I love it so much that it's really hard to step back from it. And I guess the pandemic came at the right time in a way, although losing that income as well as my creative outlet was still difficult. I think it was a good time for me to take a step back. Also, I wasn't really participating in the dance projects that I really love, which is collaborating with other artists and musicians. This year definitely was more about remembering my joy for it and what it brings to my life just for me and not as a performer. Even though I'm performing again now, it's been really helpful the whole year to have that going inward again and finding joy in dance just to dance.